a matter of we either make the move at the right time or the church will find itself in a lot of trouble. The reality is it's a changing environment. There are conversations in many places that a lot of people don't get into. There's a wind of change that came and was managed, but will come again. And reality is, if you're a smart business person, one of the things you do in the country is you follow the trend of policy conversation. And as you hear the trend of policy conversation, you are proactive in advance of its activation. So that when it does come, you are prepared as a house and you have taken certain decisions that will make you able to survive it. The church needs to be pragmatic and needs to think through the way it operates in a way that we can stand in many ways. And one of the biggest part for me is, look at the number of churches in this country. Imagine the number of people who go to church. The biggest house of influence in our nation is the church. That is the truth. And if there's a place where people believe and take literally most things that their leadership says, it's the church. Which means that we shape the mind and the thinking of society in many ways. The things we do right will affect how a congregation lives their lives and tend to do those things right. The things we do wrong and say is right, they will also assume that it is right, and they will go out and practice it. And as a business person, I can tell you, the reason a lot of Christian businesses are small, unstructured, have not advanced to own spaces where they control the territories and the segments of the market is because there's an acceptance of mediocrity in many ways. And it stems from the perception of how the church in itself is structured. When we follow the law of the land, we're moving away from evil. And being Christians or being church does not exempt us from the laws of the land. We must do what is right by the law and biblically. We must be compliant citizens of the nation. Whoever walks, Proverbs 10:9, now I'm trying to do this quickly. Whoever walks in integrity walks securely, but he who makes his ways crooked will be found out. If you walk in integrity, you have nothing to fear. Let any wind come, you will stand and you will fight it. If the church is structured right, working right, its books are right, if government sends auditors from anywhere to come in, you will show them. Why? You have nothing to fear. If they challenge you, you will challenge them. If someone says, we're going to take you to court, you will follow them. Why? Because you're standing right. You will have the courage to stand and to fight. But if we don't do what we should do, we will be afraid, we will be vulnerable, and we will be weak, and we will be embarrassed, and we will be ashamed. What we do affects the lives of our people. What we do affects the society. What we do affects how we build a nation. What we do affects how our people build their own opportunities, either in their careers or in their businesses. We're a major influencer in the society, and we have a responsibility to influence right. And when the church sets itself up as a model of integrity with a clear conscience, we will see that we start the process of a society that is transformed ethically, righteously, morally, and legally. And more of our people will become accountable and will do things right. And we'll have a better chance to build a better nation.